Out there. If you're anything like me, every now and again you get an itch to play the Elder Scrolls game. Maybe it's Skyrim, maybe it's Oblivion or Morrowind, but one with that free-form sort of organic exploration that we know and love. And it's something that I feel like's been missing for quite a while. And I feel like I'm forever trying to scratch that Elder Scrolls itch. So I've decided to make a bit of a series and try and find the game that can scratch that itch. Nostalgia is quite a powerful thing. I like to think I'm not just simply chasing nostalgia. Yes, I want an experience that rewards genuine curiosity, one that makes me wonder and creates what feels like my own personal adventure. But you know, Skyrim's an old game now, and there's only so many times I can replay it or get excited about another remaster like Oblivion. For quite a while I've been getting recommendations for Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. Not just from people, but you know, from the internet, saying it's this next Elder Scrolls experience that we've all been missing. That's why I've decided to give it a shot. This is not just some Skyrim sentimentality hunt. I want immersion and escapism. I want it created by strong fiction and free-form exploration. And your travels become your stories. Yeah, I want to be down some musty old cave. Because I chose to go down there. Not part of any quest. Not part of any waypoint. Just because I fancy going down there. I want to be picking up notes written by doomed bandits in their last moments, learning about their demise, to be met with some foul creature or betrayer at the end and get a little bit of loot. Experiences like this, some of my favourite moments when I play games like this. And this is why I've decided to give Avalon a shot. And the opening was pretty good. It left me with enough curiosity to want to keep playing. I thought it would be the ideal game to start this series with. I will be honest, the opening didn't fill me with confidence, and in true Elder Scrolls style, you start off as a prisoner, and the character that aids you in your escape lands about as flat as a sack of spuds.
I know, you've a million questions, but they'll have to wait. One of these keys will open your cell. When you get out, head left. I'll scout ahead.
But after some initial traipsing about and getting used to the familiar but intuitive controls, it was a well-ordered tutorial. I found I was piecing together a bunch of different stories told through journals, medical reports, and gaining information by eavesdropping. And it became a curious adventure, not just about escape, but mystery. You could have just simply smashed your way through it and made your way to the exit as fast as possible, and it is a viable option. But I did get lost in it, finding myself checking all the journals I came across. Some were hilarious, some were gruesome medical reports, and some were fleshed out tales uncovering events about certain patients. And some give backstories to NPCs that you meet and their respective factions or race, slowly fleshing out this world and its politics. It wasn't simply, here's one central character, follow them out, but a slew of tidbits and lore, and you got a taste of the world and understood a bit of Avalon's cultures and history before you ventured out. And your curiosity is rewarded in the opening dungeon. Not only do you get to learn about the horrors of the place, you can also face a couple of unique enemies and get some loot. I found myself, in classic Elder Scrolls style, strategically plotting my path through the dungeon. That at first seemed quite complex, but because of good design, I never got myself lost. The apparent Bethesda DNA does run deep. The NPC interactions are solid, with a decent quality of writing and voice acting, and for the most part they're entertaining to talk to. They continue to flesh out the situation that you are in, and the supporting characters. The initial combat is simple and familiar, with dodge, parry and block mechanics. It's nice and responsive, but perhaps lacking a bit in weight and heft. It is early days though, so I'm looking forward to seeing where they take it. I'm going in for like a battle mage build. It was pretty fun managing mana and swapping between spells and my dagger. You level up your skills naturally as you use certain disciplines, and it's that kind of invisible player-driven progression that makes these adventures feel like your own tailored experience. Switching between loadouts works nicely, and the UI is sharp, clean, and easy to navigate. And it doesn't swamp you with pages and pages of busy work. And yes, classic Bethesda style jank seems to have made it here too. And the graphics and animations aren't doing anything revolutionary, but the art direction does a lot of heavy lifting. The architecture, oppressive prison design, and bleak landscapes create a world that feels cohesive rather than simply realistic. Topped off with a haunting score of choral chants and heavy percussion, it did far more to sell the world to me than cutting-edge visuals or a bombastic opening sequence. Rarely did the game stop me, remind me that I was interacting with a system, show me a few tutorials and left me to wander about in its horrific prison, while I learned what the game was about, organically. For a couple of hours I wasn't thinking about progression or quest design, just what was around the next corner. I never once thought about leveling up my character. Whether Tainted Grail continues to deliver beyond this introduction remains to be seen, but it certainly earned my curiosity, and it certainly ticked that Elder Scrolls box initially. So let's see what it's like when we get out into the semi-open world. We'll see where it goes from there. If you got to the end of this video, thank you, and well done. Please excuse my novice edits. I'm new to this, but it has been fun making this video over this last few days. I intend on working on this series and seeing where it goes. So if you did enjoy it, or if you're interested in seeing where I end up, please drop a like and maybe subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. All the best.